Hi everyone, I am so glad you are here. Today we will be doing a Milky Way style tumbler. This is part 2, so last week, if you were here, we did all of the glitter portion of the rose gold. So I don't have it linked in the comments right now, but I should put that in there in a little bit. Tonight I'm going to show you how to do the actual Milky Way-ing. And I'm going to be using the Creepsakes liquid micas. Powdered micas work too. You can use the pigments. You can use even just a little bit of acrylic paint. There's so many options. Before we get started, I will show you a couple examples. I'll show you a couple examples. Actually, just one, because I only have one in reach, of course. But before we get started in the chat, if I haven't said hi to you already, make sure you let me know that you're here. Wendy's here, and Whitney is struggling with the Milky Way. Yes, it can take practice. Cecilia, hi Cecilia. Hi Dawn. I am so glad you're all here. So, I just did a swirl Milky Way cup, this leopard swirl that the tutorial will go live on the channel pretty soon here in the next week or two. And I used mica powder for this one. I do have another tutorial on my channel with a mica powder swirl situation, but you can see the colors are just very muted, which is what I wanted. I love the soft looks that the mica powder gives, but I also love the bold colors that the liquid micas give, and the Creepsakes pigments. So you can use whatever you want. Wendy got the silver. Oh, they're so pretty. I love the liquid micas. I don't use them enough, I feel like, but they're legit. They're super pretty. So I recommend that you totally get on it, Wendy. Leslie's here, and I'm going to be using Bright Tone. So you can use Extreme Protection as well. Sometimes I will use the Extreme Protection for my swirls. Totally up to you. If you're, was it last week that we did? No, 2 weeks ago when we did the Bombay inks, the horizontal ones, you could even throw in some of the Creepsakes reducer if you want, but for this I just like to use Bright Tone. I'm going to mix in my liquid micas, and I'm going to use a combination of using my finger and a straw to get it to move. They sort of, you can do either one. You can do a combination of both. You can use canned air. You can use one of those little mini leaf blower thingies that I have one. I don't use it very often, but they all sort of just give a little bit different of a look. So I think that covers everything for that. Jill has some, you haven't used them yet. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Do you guys have the liquid micas? Do you have them? Let me get the other colors and I'll show you what they look like. I really like them. There's copper, which could work on this. They do separate, so you do have to stir them. But I'm not going to do that right now. We've got copper. You can see the color on the side here. We've got copper. There's a gold, and the silver is really pretty. There's Galaxy. This is a color shifting one that looks really pretty over dark bases. I don't think I ever posted my tutorial where I used it, so I should definitely get that up for you guys. You can totally use a suction bulb. I've never done it, but I don't see why not. Anything that blows air is gonna work, but I know that not everybody is physically capable of blowing into a straw to do it, so anything. And then today I'm going to use the champagne and the rose. I'm actually going to mix them together. So, before we get started, I wanted to show you 2 cups that I've been working on. First thing is this one, and I want to hear from you if you have any suggestions of what I should put on this guy. I just kind of made the cup for fun, and now I don't know what to do. So let me know in the chat if you have any suggestions for what I can do for this barrel tumbler. Let me know. This was an ombre with Flippin' Awesome. No, this is universal white mixed with pigments with just some leftover paint that I had. And then I put an opal glitter on the top. And now it's fully smooth, ready for something. So let me know in the chat what you guys think I should do with this. Any suggestions? Summertime, something summery. Well, you guys can think about it. All right, you guys, you can think about it. A couple tutorials that I have coming for you are, I've got a wood grain peekaboo. And if you are on the email list that I talked about last week, I have a link for it underneath in the description where I will send you an exclusive email with a tip or tips and tricks or whatever. And I previewed this cup right here, and I gave some suggestions if anybody wanted to do it. So if you want to get on the email list, click the link. This tutorial will hopefully go live like in 2 weeks or so. But I used the Crystalac gel stains for the wood grain. I do wish it was a little bit lighter of a wood grain, but that's okay. And then the other tutorial that's going to be popping next week. Ooh, yeah, I like the hibiscus flower idea. I only see Easter too, but Easter is going to be gone before I can do that. Is an alcohol ink tumbler. I just smudged it on my finger. It's not sealed yet. I'm going to post another tutorial, another alcohol ink tutorial. So those are coming. Those are coming. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those tutorials. Wendy, it should be in the description of the video. I think, yeah. If you like scroll down like under where it says my name, it should be there. There's a link. Okay. So let's get into this. It won't take very long to do this. So we're going to mix up our colors first. Hi, Anne is here. Anne is here. I'm so glad you made it. Whitney, those were alcohol inks. That one was the Pinata. I have another really pretty one that's the Ranger. Both of them will be in the tutorial coming on Tuesday. Or maybe I'll do it earlier well, no, because we'll be busy this weekend. Anyway, I'm using Bright Tone, and I'm just going to squirt a little into my little mixing cups. And I'm going to do one with just the champagne. And they do like kind of, you got to mix them up. They sort of separate and get weird, so you do need to mix them. But this one is so pretty. This is the champagne color. Hi, Kita. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. Okay, and I'm just going to put like a little bit in. You don't need a lot. In fact, I probably just put in too much Bright Tone. But that's okay. These little condiment cups have little caps, so I'll just save it and use it another time. So it combines really easily, and you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, and then for the next one, I'm going to mix the champagne and the rose. So I'm going to do just a little of the champagne. And then I'm going to mix up my rose. Yeah, Cheryl, the champagne is really pretty. Honestly, they're all very pretty. The rose is beautiful too. This one I got pretty recently, so I've only used it like once before, but I need to find another reason to use it, because like it's a really pretty. It gives me some fall vibes, so I feel like in a few months I'll want to use it more. So I just mix it up real well, and then I'm going to add a little bit in here, and we'll see what it looks like. And then I just kind of like hold it next to the cup to see how I feel, and I think that looks pretty good. You know, it's not an exact science. I literally just make this up as I go, but for my personal preference, I like the colors to, or at least there to be like one color that like matches. It's not that I don't like it, I prefer like a kind of a cohesive color, you know what I mean? Like you could do any color for your Milky Way, right? I could do black on here and it probably would look pretty cool, but like I personally like it to sort of match. So like the other one I showed you, I chose a blue that matched and just like did a white to kind of make it a soft look. That's just what I like, but you could do any color really. So hi Mel, I'm so glad you're here. I am mixing my liquid micas with some bright tone. I'm using the champagne and the rose, and this is the champagne right here, just mixed in a little bit, mixed in with some bright tone, and this is a combination of the champagne and the rose together, and we're gonna put it on the cup. So let me get this closer, and I'm gonna get a piece of paper. Not that it matters if my whole mat is destroyed with paint and things, but okay. So let me okay, so like I said, you have options. Like I'm using the liquid micas right now because I'm honestly obsessed with them. The other thing that, you know what I should have done? I should have mixed colors into it. So you could put like pigments in here. So if you mix up the silver mica and like put like a little blue pigment in there or something, you have like a shimmery blue, which is what I should have done for this cup right here, but I forgot. I have another tumbler that I think I'm going to do a Milky Way on, so I'll probably do that. But you have a lot of options. I think the silver is the most versatile because you can make like any shimmery color. But yeah, so I just like how vibrant these are, and if you were to use the pigments, They give very vibrant colors as well. So you could also use, again, you can use mica powder, like any old mica powder is fine. And you could use a tiny bit of acrylic paint. Just make sure it's only like a tiny drop, but that works as well. So you have a lot of options. You can use Bombay inks, like I did a couple weeks ago. So just know you have options. So I'm going to start with a coat of Bright Tone. Let me just say this before I start because, you know, I get in the zone. Starting with a coat of Bright Tone, and then I'm going to put on my micas. And then, like I said before, you can use a straw, you can use your finger, you can do whatever you want. Lately, I've been liking just using my finger and then going in with a little bit of air with the straw. So if you don't like to use a straw or you can't physically use a straw, you've got canned air, the little leaf blower thing, anything like that blows air. I wouldn't use like a hair dryer. It's like too like wide. Well, you don't want to use heat anyway, but like if you were to use it on the cool setting or something, you want something that like gives like a pinpointed amount of air, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna hope for the best here. And then just a reminder, there's like a couple spots, like there's one spot on the bottom and one spot on the top that I didn't do the best job glittering, but I decided not to even touch it up because I'm going to do my best to cover it up with the micas, right? I'm going to try to hide it. And the one last thing I want to say is that this cup is smooth, so I did do my coats, I did my sandings, and kept building it so it was smooth before this started. So, I'm just going to do a coat of Bright Tone, and we're going to see how this works out because doing this sitting down is a little interesting. And at this angle, so we'll see. I might have to stand up. Sorry if it gets awkward when I stand up. Okay. Okay, of course it's going to be slow. Okay, I think it's fine now. Okay. Got worried there. It's a little grainy. Let me see if I can fix it. Julia, great idea. Okay, let me see. Okay, well, I don't have a lot of time here. Phone. Okay. I think it's going to start looking better. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, I better go. Running out of time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on the liquid micas just kind of in like a random pattern, and it's gonna fall and it's gonna do its thing. And I'm going to go in with the rose. And then, you know, you just have to decide how much or how little you want to use. Like this cup, like the glitter is really pretty. So I don't want to cover it too much, you know what I mean? So you just gotta decide. And then you could go in right away and just use the straw. I'm gonna see what that looks like. Or you can sort of help it along with your finger, which is something I kind of like to do. And it'll look kind of weird at first, but it like kind of levels out, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, so like once I sort of like get it more in the direction that I want it, I will go in with the straw. And I do it because I think that it kind of gives it a little softer of a look. Like I kind of like the combo. I don't know if you guys can really see how it kind of changes with the straw. I'm getting a little lightheaded. Okay, I forgot there are a couple spaces like down here that I didn't do the best job with my glittering, so I'm just kind of gonna add a little and put a little on the bottom, because why not? The leaf here. I'll show you the little leaf blower in a minute. Okay, hold on. Like, I'm obsessed with this cup. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I already have one. I don't know your name, but I'm very confident an airbrush would also work. I need to bring mine down and really play with it. I've had one. It's just like a cheapo one. I will try. I have another swirl I want to do, so I will try the airbrush with that tomorrow. If you're getting marks, is it Deanna? You're probably overworking it, yes. Okay, let me... Here's the mini blower. Here's what it looks like. It's called the world's smallest blower. So that should help. Okay, so, Char, you're hilarious. I have washed off so many Milky Ways, like... So, a couple things. One, I'm literally obsessed with this. I already have one, so if you know anybody who needs a rose gold swirl cup, let me know. And the thing about Milky Ways, the good thing about them, the good thing about them is if you don't like what you see, you can just run to your sink and wash it off. You can just wash it right off and try again. That's one beautiful thing about Crystalac, right? You can literally just go wash it off and try again. The other thing is that it takes practice. I've done so many of these, it feels like, and they don't always turn out. I wash a lot of them off. I've kind of been refining my process where I like to move it with my finger and then go in with the straw. That just seems to be, for me, what works best. But the other good thing about these is that they're not perfect. Like, they're supposed to be like messy and swirly, and that's the beauty of them. So that's how I do it. Have I convinced you to get the liquid micas yet? Have you convinced them? Have I convinced you to go get them? If you do want to buy them, of course, don't run out unless you really want to. The link, my affiliate link, is in the description box below. So if you're going to get them, feel free to use my link. And I highly, highly, highly recommend them. Like, they're seriously pretty. Like, really pretty. And they're not as sheer. Like, you can like see through them a little bit, but I like that they're more vibrant and not as sheer as like a powder. And you can mix and match them. So that's how you do it. I mean, that's it. So the other thing is that I'm going to do with this cup is I'm going to do a few more coats of Bright Tone on the top. And I'm going to actually show you the decal that I bought to put on it. Hold on. I'm on a little bit of a spending freeze, so I'll tell you all to go buy the liquid micas, but I've been buying too many things lately. So I bought a bunch of clear cast decals. I don't know if any of you saw on my Instagram story, but I bought like really pretty clear cast decals, like the clear stickers. And hold on. Sorry. I need to find a reason to use all of these. So I have this decal that I thought would be cute, but I needed to finish it first to see. It might be a little too pink, like a little too coral, I should say. But this one could be cute. I don't know. I don't know if any of these are going to work, but I bought a bunch of cute little clear cast decals, so I'll keep you posted on how they work. I got these skulls too. I want to do a rainbow water slide, and then I'm obviously going to do like a leopard print for this one. Anyway, so I'll show you, I'll keep you posted on how these work under Crystalac because I'm really excited about them. And Mel, you should totally make it. Make sure you tag me if you post it, if you make it and post it anywhere. And on a neon tumbler, how fun. I need to do like a rainbow, another rainbow kind of tumbler. I don't know. I have so many ideas and so little time. Do you guys think that color works with this mama? Do you guys think? In person, it looks a little too pink, but maybe I'll post a picture of it. It's a super cute decal. I'll find a way to use it, but I'll keep you posted on how they look under Crystalac. I've never used them before, so once I get a few tumblers for the decal stage, I will add them and I'll let you know. So I am so glad that you are here. Today was just a quick tutorial. Like this will dry. Oh, before I go, let this dry longer than what you would do. Like when you do swirls and Milky Ways, I'm sorry, the video's getting a little weird again. I'm going to let this spin for like a couple hours, and then I won't recoat it till tomorrow. I always let it dry overnight before I put anything on top of a Milky Way. So, yeah, I would keep it on the turner, usually a little. Like this one isn't so bad, but like when you do like a swirl, I always let it spin a little bit longer than an hour as well. So I will do a few more coats of Bright Tone, and I will also figure out a decal situation. I don't think this mama one's going to work, but I'll have to find somebody to give this one to. So, thank you guys for being here. Next week, I haven't fully decided what we're going to do. I was thinking maybe doing like a tangram or starting a tangram. I won't make you like, I'm not going to do it for like the 17 gazillion hours it's going to take. And I know some people wanted a beach tumbler, but I already have one filmed, so I'm not 100% sure. So let me know in the chat. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make another post on my page. You'll probably see it when you go into YouTube next, to gather some ideas from what you guys want to see. Because obviously, like, I could do a lot of different things that I want to do, but I want to make sure it's what you want to see, because that's what this is about for you. This is all for you. So I'll make a post, and you guys can let me know what you want to see next. I sort of was thinking doing like a tangram or some sort of something like that. Sure, I did not do a tangram water slide, but I kind of want to. But I haven't done a tangram at all. Okay, Hydro Dip, I have to see if I can use my... Okay, I think I need to do some research to see if it's safe to use the Marabou inks inside. But that is definitely on my list. Okay, let's think. Tentatively, we'll do a tangram next week. And then I will post my beach tumbler tutorial. I know I said I would do a beach tumbler. I'll post the actual tutorial next week. I've got the alcohol ink coming. I have so many projects and so many tutorials, and just like there aren't enough days in the week. So thank you for being here. Make sure if you aren't actually subscribed, you subscribed. If you want to be on the email list to get my special exclusive Tuesday emails, that you're signed up for that. And if you want to purchase anything I used here today, everything is linked in the description below. We can do wood grain too. Wood grain is a good idea. I was trying to figure out doing it with the Crystalac gel stains. So I was just kind of refining that process, but I can totally do it. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all so much. Connect with me on Instagram too. I like to post things there, and I love connecting with you guys there. So thank you. We'll see you next week. Yeah, next week. We'll see you next week. There's a week later. It'll be my daughter's birthday. We'll talk about that when it comes. Okay, I'll see you next week, 7 p.m. next Thursday. I love you all.